Well, Skip, you got to be blind because they've already beaten you. So I shouldn't have to explain it because you've already seen it for your own eyes. But that's the delusion of Dallas Cowboys fans. Even when you see the truth, even when you see a team clearly better than you, clearly beat you, you for some reason choose to ignore it and create your own alternate reality. They have beat you. They beat you when you out-yarded them, when Dak Prescott played an unbelievable game, when CD Lamb played an unbelievable game, 11 for 191. Unbelievable. You were hitting on all cylinders, and you still took the L, Skip. And so they sacked Dak Prescott 5 times in that game. I would expect the same for this game. I'd expect their offense to actually be better than it was. They were pretty inefficient that game. Their defense was porous that game and allowed your offense to move up and down the field. So I expect them to be better, and so that is why I have them winning this game, Skip. They have already beat you, so I don't have to go too far. I could literally show you video of them winning a game.
Interesting, but illogical. Can you try, Keyshawn?
I don't think I need to try. I think it's self-explanatory, Skip, about where Philadelphia is and where the Dallas Cowboys are. When you look at, obviously, the records, whatever. 1 game behind, have an opportunity to maybe get it even if they can beat them this Sunday. But when you look at something that we continue to point out that's glaring to me, and it matters to me, and it matters to many people as we continue to talk about the Dallas Cowboys as we move into the next generation of future where they would be at the end of the year. They haven't beaten anybody. Okay, they beat Seattle, barely. And Seattle's not a great team. Seattle was coming in with a banged-up offense. Their quarterback was hurt. They said he was healthier, he was better. He put 35 on your defense.
He was just fine.
Okay, they cooked the corner in Bland. When you look at the Philadelphia Eagles, they've beaten the Dolphins, the Chiefs, the Bills, and as Richard said, they already beat you despite you gaining all the yardage and all of this. 173 yards in the fourth quarter to their 3. I get all that. You still lost the game. So now they've been battle-tested. They know how to respond when they're battle-tested. You don't know how to respond. If they score, I'm going to use your words, if I'm going to continue to do that, if for some reason they go up 14-0 against the San Francisco 49ers instead of 6-0, which basically spotted the 49ers 1 point, because as I said to you the other day, you're up by 1 when somebody is 6-0. You automatically assume I'm going to score a touchdown, kick a PAT, I'm up by 1. So when I look at this, they're better in a lot of different phases than you guys are. I think their secondary as a group is better. I think their front 7 as a group, despite the yardage, is better because when they need to close it out, they close it out. The other day against the 49ers, 13 days and, 3 games in 13 days while the Niners had 10 days rest, much like the Cowboys will have. They have a 10-day rest because the last time we saw them, obviously, was against Seattle on that Thursday night. But when I look at it as a whole, they also pick up some guys that will help them along the way. We'll get into Shaq Leonard and Kevin Byard that they picked up several weeks ago to get them even stronger. So when I look at it, the fact that they've been battle-tested, and you yet to be battle-tested, gives the edge to them for me. You may disagree with that, but they did beat you last time y'all played each other.
They did. And to both of your points, my team went to San Francisco and lost 42-10, and we just saw a similar annihilation at the hands of the 49ers, albeit in Philadelphia. So we lost at San Francisco, Philadelphia lost at Philadelphia, about the same way, shape, and form that we got destroyed at San Francisco. All right, it is now my turn. This show, as both of you well know by now, is about first guessing, not second guessing. So I have first guessed the Philadelphia defense. I have been on the record since late last year as saying it's way overrated. It is gettable, and ultimately it is torchable. And Keyshawn doesn't want to hear this, but the Philly defense last seen in Dallas, Texas, gave up 40 to my team, gave up 40. Jalen Hurts did not play for the other team, but Jalen Hurts does not play safety or corner or linebacker. He plays quarterback. Gardner Minshew had a really good day that day, and you can say that's on your Cowboy defense, and you got me on that one. But Dak Prescott threw another party on the Eagles' defense. 40 points he put up on Christmas Eve of last year. Now we come to this year, and as I see it right now, I think these stats are correct. I don't think I'm embellishing. I don't think I'm exaggerating. I'm definitely not lying about this. The Philadelphia Eagles ranked 24th in points. 24th in points allowed? Are you kidding me? The Philadelphia Eagles are the worst defense in all of pro football in allowing third down conversions. The Philadelphia Eagles defense over the last 5 games have allowed the opposition to outgain the Philadelphia Eagles offense. So that's 5 straight games, including if we go back 2 games, it took overtime. But Josh Allen and company went into Philadelphia and rang up 505 yards. That's a lot of yards. And Kevin Byard played in that game last night.
That's 3 games for a lot of teams.
Okay, wow, that's a lot of yards. And then just this past Sunday, after the first quarter, in which Philly came out on fire and somehow held San Francisco to -6 yards in the first quarter, in the final 3 quarters, this Philadelphia Eagles defense allowed 462 at home in 3 quarters. 462 in 3 quarters. Are you kidding me? Not to mention, if we go back a few games to the visit of the Dallas Cowboys, and a stat I keep throwing at both of you guys, in the 4th quarter alone, my quarterback, Dak Prescott, now right in the middle of the MVP debate, he threw for 173 yards in the 4th quarter alone. Jalen Hurts threw for 3 yards in the 4th quarter alone. And yet, you got to stay in bounds. I've seen this commercial. I don't know who's in it. Some guys keep saying, you got to stay in bounds. You got to stay in bounds. Two guys, I think I've seen those guys somewhere. You got to stay in bounds. Dak Prescott did not stay in bounds on a 2-point try, and it crushed my team because those became mathematically 2 crucial points at the end of the game. And obviously, my rookie tight end caught a pass at the goal line on a play that should have gone to my veteran tight end, but it didn't. It went to the rookie out of Michigan, a 2nd-round pick, but his knee came down 1 inch from the goal line, or we're having a different conversation. That's how close my team came to winning at Philadelphia. Meanwhile, in the biggest picture, I'm going to remind both of you guys, this game on Sunday night will not be played at the Link in Philadelphia. There'll be no Big Dom on the sideline protecting the Eagles this time. This one's at Jerry World, where my Cowboys have won 14 straight games. Think about that, 14 in a row at home by an average score of 37-18. It's hard to score 30-plus points in any single game in this National Football League, let alone to go 37 a game for 14 straight games at home. 14-0. We even got past the jinx game. We've won 13 in a row because we rose and shone late against Seattle. I think Seattle's very good. I think Richard thinks Seattle's very good because he thought Seattle was going to win the game. So let's not discredit, Keyshawn, the Seattle Seahawks.
Skip.
He's going to pick Seattle just because.
No, he's
going to discredit your team because of the weak schedule that you've had. So that's why you bloated your points. Your defense hadn't played anybody. They got 35 put on them in that same stadium that you're talking about, Jerry's World, by offense that hadn't scored a touchdown in 7 quarters. So they scored 7. A defense, your O-line hadn't given up a sack in 3 games. They gave up 4 to a defense that isn't known for sacking a quarterback very much. So, Skip, none of those stats are really relevant. You talk about this defense that's torchable. Well, your offense played them. They put up a paltry 23 points. So all this high flying, we scored so many points and we 37.5. You didn't score 37.5 against them. You scored 23. So this 24th ranked defense in the scoring, you scored 23. So you could say whatever you want, Skip. We have actual empirical evidence to show your team did not achieve those things against this opponent. And they rarely ever do against opponents with winning records. The first time they did, the Seattle game. So right now, that's still an aberration. That's still an outlier because you do not do it in against competent teams. You got blown out by Seattle. You got beat by the Eagles, and you keep saying, we almost got there. We almost got there. If this happened, if that happened, if Bayless strikes again, and he's going to continue to strike because you're going to say the same thing after this game.
No.
You're going to get beat, and then you're going to say, if this would have happened, if the ball would have bounced, I mean, when do the excuses stop? I mean, you
No
lose,
excuses.
and it's
No.
excuse.
It sounds like you guys got all the excuses because it's all patsies. It's all little sisters of the poor.
How's that excuses? That's real. That's reality.
If I learn nothing on this show,
Yeah.
I'm going to certainly, thanks to Richard Sherman, expand my vocabulary, because he threw some words out there. I'm like, huh? Imperial what? Yeah, Imperial Highway?
Yeah.
That was a different one.
It's out by the airport.
I know that one, but the one he threw out there,
Yeah.
like, wait a minute, hold on, Richard. But Skip, here's what I would say. Yes, you won 14 games at home. But
No big deal.
no, it's a big deal. Yeah. It's a big deal. But you played the likes of the New York Jets, the New England Patriots.
Wait, the Jets have a top 5 defense, I thought. No?
If you don't stop.
Well, that's what everybody tells. That's what
It
you
was
told me.
week 2 of the season.
Huh.
You went in, you played against a quarterback that now is making a decision on whether or not he even wants to play quarterback in New York anymore. You play against the Rams.
The Rams are looking pretty hot right now. Again, Matthew Stafford's playing at a high level.
At the moment,
we knocked him out of the game.
The moment in time that y'all played them, the Rams are hot garbage. And essentially, they're not going anywhere. They're not. They're just not, Skip. So let's stop that right now, right here and there.
Puka Nacua is no good? I don't know.
And here's how I know the Eagles are a better football team than you guys in Dallas, Skip. Because Shaq Leonard made a decision to go with a team that he looks at and says, there's opportunity for me to play on both teams. They need me in the worst way.
Oh, well, there you go. I think you just made my case.
No. Both teams need me in the worst way.
No, we don't need him at all. We're good.
So why did you court him? And why did he say, hold off, I'm going to wait, rather than jump into it and sign with y'all? He said, I'm going to see what happens in Philadelphia because this team is better and has a better opportunity to finish the deal. So therefore, I'm going to join the Philadelphia Eagles.
Because that helps me a lot more than the Cowboys
That helps me determine which team is better, just based on that solely alone, that he is going to join the team that he thinks has an opportunity to go further. You may not see it that way from a fan standpoint, but as a player, when you are looking to finish the deal and get a ring, you pick a team that you think is going to get you a ring.
No, you pick a place where you think you can play.
He was going to play in Dallas.
He could have played either place.
He was going to play at either spot. Will you preach to him for me, Sherm? Will you let Skip know?
I mean, that's why you haven't been really good. You got 35 put on him. That's why you brought him in. That's why you paid the money for his first-class fight in his hotel room, and you hoped he wouldn't leave the building. He said, hey, let me see how this plays out. Let me see both sides. Let me see both teams, go visit both organizations, and he determined the Philadelphia Eagles were the better organization and team he wanted to play for.
I don't know how, but we're still 4th in points allowed. That's top 5.
You know why, though?
Yeah.
Skip?
Because you played
the
Giants twice.
Finish it for me, Richard. Finish it for me, please.
Because you played the Giants twice. You played Carolina. You played the Jets with Zach Wilson.
So much
trouble. You want to continue? New England Patriots. Hey, the L.A. Chargers held the New England Patriots to less points than you did. They held them to 0. Y'all held them to 3. They scored 3 more points against the Dallas Cowboys vaunted defense than they did the L.A. Chargers. Skip, your team is incomplete. You can see the weaknesses. You saw in this game. They threw the ball up and down the field. Gino was almost a perfect passer rating. His QBR was 91. Skip, against your vaunted defense.
I've never seen him hotter in his life. He played the game of his life.
91. And they played with a bum elbow.
And they lost.
91 yards. 91.
And all I heard from both of you guys for 4 straight Eagles games was, give them a break. They won. Well, so we did an Eagles on Seattle. We played an Eagles game. We did exactly what the Eagles had been doing for 4 straight games until their luck ran out.
Skip, you won.
Yeah,
but
we made 4 big fourth down plays, but 3 in the last quarter.
In all due respect to Richard in Seattle, Seattle is not at the same level as Miami. They're not at the same level. They're just not. Yeah. When I look at the team, they're not at the same level as Kansas City. They went into Kansas City and won. You don't want to give the Eagles credit. That's fine. That's you. I look at it and say they played against better competition. They are battle-tested, where you're not.
Well, we got battle-tested against Seattle. That was the big takeaway from the game, right?
Okay, you got battle-tested.
Okay, so just because we played nobody, somehow we're averaging the most points of any team in the league. We're at 32.3. We're actually ahead of Miami, but we played nobody. Would you believe that we're #1 in the league in average time per possession, per drive?
Yes, I can believe that.
I would believe that, Skip.
Well, yeah, I can believe that.
Because you played against nobody.
Thank you.
Imagine playing JV teams for half the season.
And we're 4th overall in turnover differential, which is the magic number.
Your quarterback
because we played nobody.
Your quarterback doesn't turn it over.
Yeah.
Zach Wilson and company turns it over. Zappy and Mac Jones, they turn it over.
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford turns it over. I believe those sort of things. That's why you are where you're at.
Key. They played the top teams picking in the top 6 of this draft. You played all of them, Skip, -1. You played 5 or 6 of them, and one of them you played twice. Teams that are going to pick top 5 in the draft next year. So I'm sure you're proud of it, Skip.
Yeah.
But that's why this mentality, this attitude
are they still in the
you
NFL,
have,
those teams? I think they are, right?
I mean,
the
I
Giants
guess
have been
technically,
playing
Skip,
better.
but when that's your standard, Skip, then that's why you're home. That's why you go home in January, Skip. You don't have any February plans. You can book your plans for February, Skip, because they won't be in Vegas because of your mentality and your team's mentality against these teams. Oh, we're going to feed on these. Yum, yum, yum. You're going to get full by January 15th, 16th. And then you'll be watching from the couch.
Here's what I would say.
I want to remind you, we went to the Giants on opening night when everybody thought they were going to be a playoff team because they were last year won a playoff game. And we beat them 40-0 on Sunday Night Football at their place. That's firepower. That is explosiveness.
Wait till I tell you what San Francisco did to you.
Yeah. And then Bill Belichick, whose team has been playing really good defense but no offense, you both picked New England coming to Dallas. And I'm like, seriously, you're picking New England? We hung 38 on Belichick's defense. Nobody has done that this year. We hung 38 because we're the most explosive team in pro football.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
Literally the next week, the team beat them 37-3.
Yeah. You mentioned 2 teams that have losing records, big dog. You literally just mentioned 2 teams that had
New England won 2 games.
Losing records.
And you picked them to beat Dallas.
And I picked them because I can't stand when you do this.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
I cannot stand. It drives me nuts.
I want to know how both of you are going to stand doing the show on Monday when you're out of excuses because your excuses are about to run out. You realize?
I don't have to run out of excuses. When you got up on the show after San Francisco 49ers dog walked your team and set their starters in the 4th, Skip, and showed you that your team has no place and they're nowhere near the stratosphere of this team, you still sit here on this show and say you think you can beat them. So if that isn't delusion and insanity for you, I don't know what is. So again, Skip, I would like to put a dinner. Put your money where your mouth is. Tell me your team.
You owe me 2 dinners already. I think Keyshawn owes me 3.
No, I owe you 2
so put 2 dinners on your team
you paid me
getting
off
past the divisional round.
Okay. All right.
Yes, I owe you 2.
Richard, how do you explain how my team went to San Francisco in a game that really counted, a playoff game just last January, still in 2023, and held Brock Purdy's vaunted attack to 19 points? 19?
Skip, look how proud you are of a loss, Skip. You're talking about a rookie 7th-round pick. And you're so impressed that you took an L to him in his first playoff game. In his first playoff game ever, he beat you. That's what's crazy. You're so proud of a rookie, 7th round, mystery relevant. You walked into his stadium and walked out with an L.
running it up
Skip.
on everybody. Are you kidding?
Now he ran. Guess what? In the second time around, guess what he did? He mud stomped your team. Mud stomped, 42 to 10.
But in the playoff game, he didn't mud stomp. We mud stomped him.
He was a rookie.
We held him under 200 yards passing.
You didn't mud stomp him. You lost. You lost to a rookie 7th rounder.
Because my quarterback threw it to you guys twice. Twice in the first half, and we almost climbed out of the hole.
He didn't throw it to your team.
My quarterback had receivers running open the whole second half and missed throw after throw.
Can I ask you a question, though, Skip? That was in the playoffs, right? Throw after throw after throw. That was last season at the end, divisional round in San Francisco.
Yes, it was.
Why are we focused on that?
Well, I'm just showing you we did that when it mattered.
You didn't do anything.
When
You
it
didn't do
mattered?
anything. It mattered. What are you talking about? You lost.
Well, okay, but
And
we
then
held
you
them
had
to
a
19.
chance-
Well, don't tell me we didn't do anything. And by the way, we do have this guy named Micah Parsons. Does Philly have Micah Parsons? I don't see one.
What did he do in that playoff game? What did he do against Philly last time?
I'm gonna say two things here, Skip. You said you did it when it mattered. Well, you lost. You didn't matter. It mattered if you won.
Is my quarterback playing better than he ever has?
Your quarterback is certainly playing
He's been
really
out
good
of his
football.
mind on fire.
He's playing really good football.
Yes, he is.
Then if I fast forward from the divisional round playoff game and I move it into this year, as Richard said, they mud stomped y'all. They drug y'all around the corner 5 times.
You got me, and then we took
beat
off. We took
right?
off. Yeah.
When you had an opportunity to revenge yourself of that defeat a year ago.
Yeah.
Unlike the San Francisco 49ers that had a chance to get revenge on the Philadelphia Eagles, they went into Philadelphia and handed them a can of you-know-what. You failed to do that last time you saw San Francisco and the last time you saw when it mattered, the Philadelphia Eagles. So I don't know why you think all of a sudden it's going to change based on you being number 1 in this and number 2 in that and 173 yards in the fourth quarter.
We're not number 2 in anything. We're number 1.
Those are empty stats when you lose, big dog. They just are.
Stats. We're 9-3. I don't know. And is San Francisco 9-3? I don't know. I think we're the same record. And if we beat Philadelphia, we're going to be the same record. We have another dinner on who's going to win the division. I got Dallas.
San Francisco has beaten several powerhouse teams.
They're playing at a high level.
You admit this to me.
Yeah.
Have you beat any good teams?
Seattle. I think Seattle's a really good team.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
You beat one.
Okay.
Have you beat multiple?
No, but we're about to beat multiple in a row. In a row.
Okay.
And my final thought on this is I believe both of you, in your heart of hearts, know that I'm right about this. You see Dallas coming and you fear Dallas coming.
I don't see anything and I don't fear anything.
Here's what I see for Dallas.
In person.
Here's what I know I said I was going to stop, but here's what I see for Dallas. I see an opportunity is what I see.
So do I.
And I see opportunity. And I've seen an opportunity every single year that I stopped playing football for the Dallas Cowboys. And every single year, that opportunity fails.
You are correct.
That's all I can go off of. I can go off what I see.
Until now.
Okay.
Until now.
You told me this year ago. I heard you say it a year before that. The year before that.
No,
when Romo was quarterback, and I heard you say it. I don't have to be here to hear you.
Okay.
You know, there's certain things that's called news outlets that report everything you say. Wade Phillips said 13-3. They're gonna go. I could go on and on forever.
Okay, you could go on and on, but we got to stop for just a moment. You guys both brought up Shaq Leonard. We got to delve deeper into this, and I'll tell you why I'm not concerned about Shaq Leonard going to the Eagles.
Okay.
That's next.
No mercy. No mercy. No mercy.
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Do you want more highlights from the show? Make sure to click that subscribe button for all the exclusive content from Undisputed.